because there's no backsies once I hit the button.
I know there's
All
not.
right, so I want to make sure you're primed.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're set to pop here.
I'm aware.
This is big.
Well, it's not a big stack.
Well, it's not complete.
Oh, is it not?
No, it's not.
Well, I guess you'll get
There's
into
mysteries.
Song of Mysteries?
No. We're a long way from that.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, well, just get right with your emotional problems.
No.
Welcome back to Talking Story. My name is John Minton. That is...
Robin Hobb.
No. Oh, God, no. Not a chance. From what I hear, you're not, I mean, not even the same ballpark. So, can you believe it is July? It's going to be July.
It's going to be. We're not there yet.
Yeah, but it's so close. This is the last week until we're in July.
I don't like that.
You know what? I'm not fond of it either. I'm not crazy about it.
We should go back to my birthday and do it again.
Yeah, we could celebrate. Maybe this time I'd get you something. I'd get you a little gift.
Maybe. I don't have high hopes.
Yeah, I mean, everything went to poo.
That's true.
Last month. It's just the way that things fell.
He has too much.
He can never have enough. He's very special.
That is absolutely not true.
He's absolutely very special. So, hey, I don't want to wait too long. I want to get our TBR out for July. So in case anyone wants to come along, read any of these choices that we're going to be reading through the month, they are got full possibilities to do so.
All right, then.
To do so. So, some good choices here. Some choices I should have done a long time ago, and it's not complete. We'll cover some mysteries down the road a little bit.
Fair enough.
All right. I'm starting off, and I don't know if these are the order I'm going to read in, but we definitely are going to get to these things this month. We are going to get to Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. This is one I know Amy is going to join me on, so she can come back in the month of July, and we can talk about a book again. I haven't read this. I think she read this a while back.
She not too long ago.
Yeah.
I remember when she read it.
She's going to reread and prepare.
I think it was either this year or at the end of last year.
I'm going to read it because I saw the movie, and any chance I'm all in for, apocalyptic, Lovecraftian, cosmic weirdness.
I thought the movie was great.
The movie is really pretty good, but she says that don't expect that. It's very different.
Oh, well.
So I'm excited to get into this because I think he just announced he is writing a prequel.
Oh, really?
To this trilogy. So I'm excited to get into this, and I'm excited for my lovely wife Amy to join us again sometime in the month of July and talk about this book together.
That sounds wonderful.
So absolutely, come along if you would like. I think will we put links to these?
Yeah, we'll put links to these.
We'll put links to these. Okay. And speaking of links,
I don't know where this is going.
you guys, if you want to come along, there's some exciting news.
I still don't know what this is about.
All the links there are going to go to an indie bookstore, Tertulia. You guys have probably heard of it because you're big book fans. We're big book fans. And if you want to pick up any of these books from Tertulia and support an online indie bookstore, which is a cool thing to do just in and of itself, hit when you're in the cart, when you're checking out, and they want you to have a discount code, throw this in. You can put it right up on the screen, right?
No.
Yes.
I don't do anything you ask me to do.
Put it right up on the screen. John fans, put that in the discount code, and you could get 20% off on any of your choices.
Is it could or will?
You will. I mean, you could. You put it in there, and it will happen.
Well, there you go.
So support a great indie bookstore. Pick up some of these books that we're going to be reading this month if you want to read along with us. The links will be there. Couldn't be easier. And get yourself a nice discount. Just all caps, John fans. Put it up there.
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I'm doing it because I think it needs to be done, not because you told me to.
Well, that's everything that happens around here.
No.
I rarely say anything that comes to pass because I said it.
Well, that is true.
Yeah, I've lived my life. I'm like a spectator. We're getting back to our buddy read of The Bound and the Broken, and this is me, Dr. Chase, Christopher Navo, and Mike is joining us. He may pop in, he may not. Angela at the Unicorns Read, and And I think there was one more. I'm forgetting one more. I didn't write it down. I bet you I'm forgetting one more.
Is Laura in it?
No. But anyway, we're gonna have a fun chat about this sometime this month or beginning of next month when we get past it. Getting a little bit chunkier. These books are getting a little chunkier than the first one.
A little bit.
And I hear these books 2 and on is when he really starts to kind of hit his groove. Mr. Cahill really kind of starts to stake out his own territory, make this series kind of his own. And I love the first book. I thought the first book was a lot of fun. So I can't wait to see what happens going forward. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get back to the buddy read, and I'm excited to get to it. Join us if you're enjoying the buddy read with us. And I think there's some pretty art. Look at that. There's some pretty art in here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm telling you, this is fun stuff. This is fun stuff.
I prefer the black and white art to the color. Is that just me?
Do you?
Yeah.
Is that, you just like kind of like a dog, you don't see color?
I think that's it.
You just prefer a black and white world?
Well, you get
Black,
like
white, nothing in between?
when you get like the really nice Brandon Sanderson leather bounds with the color in it.
Yeah.
Like those are nice.
Those are nice.
But I like the sketchy art style.
You do like the skin? Yeah,
I do.
Okay, well, to each his own. Hey, I'm going to let me tell you why we don't have the full and complete stack here.
Why is that?
It's because these amazing humans right here, who do so much around here. They keep the lights on. They keep us going. They make decisions because, I mean, you know, we're you don't want us doing that. They do a lot around here, right all the way up to getting their own content on the channel. And if you're interested in any of that, down there in the description box, check the Patreon link, and you can find out and learn all about it. But one of the big things they do, one of the big decisions they do, is
Again, there is already a sound effect.
yeah, I know, it's
It is not.
well, it should be.
No.
Something like that.
That's a new one. No.
I got millions of them.
I wish you didn't.
So they're voting just frantically on all these choices to get through these brackets. And the last Sunday of the month, we're gonna have an unveiling of what the Patreon read's gonna be after all this voting on the bracket. So hit us up for the last Sunday of the month on the Weekly Reader, and then this stack will be more complete. I had to leave a bit of some opening here because what if the Patreon reads like a big old 900, 800,
Oh, man.
I got to leave a bit of an opening.
That'd be an issue. If it turns out to not be that one, would you squeeze something else
If it
in?
turns out to not be that one, I get a little bit of a dealer's choice. I get a little bit of a mood read. I can go back to one of these series that I want to get back to. I could grab something that like is brand new that just came out that maybe people are excited to hear about how it is.
Could do Michael R. Miller again. You could do Witchy Eye. You got...
I got tons. Well, but those are pretty chunky, but I probably couldn't fit one of those in. But, maybe something a little thinner. But we definitely will fill in all the holes. But we kind of have to wait until we find out what that Patreon read is. And that will happen the last Sunday of the month.
Next Sunday.
So,
By the way, for anyone that is still submitting to Town Square, you still have time. Until the 23rd. Until the 23rd.
Yeah.
We are getting more submissions. We don't reply to those on there simply because we don't have enough time to check in with everybody on that email. But we do see them. If you want to comment on Patreon and make sure everything's working okay and we're getting it on our end, you can do that.
Hit us up with that. We will check it for you. And hey, I got to squeeze in another indie read for the month. And, we got some cosmic weirdness. We got some dragons. So we can get all the different flavors and tastes that we love. How about a little bit of horror? How about a little indie published horror?
That's actually
I am
exciting.
pumped for this. Pete Kramer sent this to me, Chesapeake Bay Monsters. And I cannot wait to break up my month and see what Pete Kramer has been up to and see how much of the shivers, the tingles he gives me with this. So I'm excited to get to some horror, man. I love me some horror.
What's it about? Do you have a synopsis? Or
I don't. He just sent it to me, and it's got monsters on the cover, so I'm all in.
Well, there you go.
So we're gonna find out together.
Sounds great to me.
So we got a little bit of little indie magic, little indie goodness that we got.
There is a surplus of indie magic.
There's a surplus of indie magic. Now, This is one I should have done long before now.
Really? You're finally getting to this?
Look, I wanted to do this. Oh, this has your sketchy art that you love,
No, look at that.
and lots of it. I mean, it's chock-a-block full of sketchy
It just
art.
blends in so much better.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to have this read before season 2 started. Obviously, I missed it. The mark went right by me, and I missed it.
Have you watched any of season 2
I
yet?
watched the first episode.
Oh, you skipped.
So I'm throwing this in. I'm getting to it. I missed it, but I am throwing it in here for July. So I will have this read before I watch all of the season.
That's exciting.
So you know what? This is my number one series all time.
Like overall?
Overall, Song of Ice and Fire. It's
Wow.
number one. I love it. It's number one for me. So to go back, and I know this is not quite the same. That I hear it reads more like a history book of the Targaryen War. I still can't wait to get back to this world. Absolutely cannot wait.
It's a fun world. I've only read book one.
I wouldn't want to live there. I wouldn't say it's a
No,
fun,
I
wouldn't say it's a fun world.
It's a
I'm
fun
not looking
world.
for a timeshare.
It's fun to observe from a large distance.
If you like to watch things go wrong for folks,
Yes.
pull up a seat. This is where you want to be.
It is not a world I'd want to inhabit.
No, absolutely not.
What'd you think of the first episode of season 2?
You know, I liked it. I think they got a new cinematographer. The light, it seems different. It's not as moody.
It's a different showrunner.
Is it?
Yeah, they had the showrunner for season 1 that was one of the really big people from Game of Thrones. And he came in and said, I'm just going to do the first season, then I'm out. So now it's a new person.
I felt like we got a very crystal clear image as opposed to some of that shadowy, grittier thing that I'm used to when I go to Westeros. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I'm sure the actors are finding their ways back in for these big moments that are coming. There were some big moments in episode 1. It didn't quite land as hard for me as the big moments of... I just am not as attached to these characters as I am to all the characters from A Song of Ice and Fire. So, I thought it was a good start. I had a great time. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to get back to this book in July and be completely caught up as far as book-wise goes. Until
what?
Until the next book comes out.
If.
Don't be a naysayer.
I'm saying if.
Don't be a naysayer. I think there's news.
He hasn't worked on it in what, 2 years?
I think there's news.
I don't think so.
I think there's news. You heard it here. Probably not first, but I think there's news. Hey, we have to do a Cosmere catch-up read every month until the end of the year because we have to be entirely caught up and ready for Wind and Truth. This has been going on since the channel started to catch up on the entire Cosmere and be ready. And during this journey of catching up, we committed and we're going to catch up and we're going to be at Dragonsteel.
We are.
For the release of Wind and Truth, so we got to double down and really catch up.
Isn't that a cute little book?
It really is. This is just one of the little, the Human Storymatic 3000 writes these 1,200 plus page books in the Stormlight Archives. That's just not enough space for him to get all the story out. So he has to put out some little addendum, little extra, little bit of lanyap story for the world of Roshar because he just doesn't have the space in these books that you could pull a hammy carrying from room to room. So he has to put out a few little extra things.
I would love to see a re-release of the Stormlight books in that form factor.
In this size, there would be 800 books. So Dawn Shard is up in the month of July, and I'm reading Oathbringer in the month of June. So kind of sticking in Roshar, going from one to the other.
How far in you are in Oathbringer?
I'll be.
That was grammatically very incorrect.
Yeah, it really was. Normally, you're the watchdog for that. I'll be about 900 pages in by the end of the day.
Wow.
So the end is coming up. So there's that. And so this, again, not a complete stack. We're going to see what the Patreon read is, and we're going to see if after the Patreon read slots up, if that gives us room to maybe, get a little bit of mood reading, a little bit of dealer's choice.
Do you have something from the Patreon read that you're hoping for?
There's so many good things.
You're just hoping for something good?
Watching the brackets as they go by. And every bracket that wins, it's like, ooh, I'd read that. I'm down with that. That's great. And the ones that don't win, I'm like, I would have been fine with that too. The choices themselves come from our Patreons, and let's face it, these people know what they're doing.
They know you pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, that is it. Again, if you want, we're going to put links right down there. Take you to Tertulia. Don't forget, discount code JohnFans. Get yourself discount on any of these choices. Read along with us. Some of these are buddy reads. Some of these are going to be talked about on the channel with other folks. I know this is going to be on our channel. The buddy read for this month will be right here on Talking Story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everyone's coming over. So it's going to be...
That'll be a blast.
It's going to be a little stressful. We got to,
Nah, it'll be fine.
maybe clean up a little bit.
Well, it is pretty dirty.
We can just pretty much, we can let things go.
We look like slop.
It's kind of a slipshod operation around here.
It's
so
bad.
we're gonna have to do a little spring cleaning before the whole gang comes over.
Well, I guess there's no date for it yet, right?
Nah, not yet. I got to read it first.
Okay.
I don't work that far ahead. We're not that slick.
You like to plan.
No. We'll see about that. So hit us up in comments. What do you have coming up in July? Are you going to join us on any of these? Do you have something you're very excited about in July? Maybe it's a new book that's just dropping or just came out. There's some good ones on the horizon. So let me know. I love comments. I answer them right away. Whole reason why we started this channel was to talk back and forth with people that love books, love the kind of books that we love here on the channel. And hey, while you're down there, just go ahead and click that little thumbs up button. Hey! Give us that thumbs up. It helps us do everything, helps us grow the channel, helps us find new people to hang out with, and it's an awesome thing if you don't mind doing that for us. And, if you've stopped by, or this is maybe your first time going, hey, what's this crazy person going to read? I'll look in on that, if that's your bag. And this is your first time, or maybe you've been here a couple times, you haven't subscribed yet, takes a second. Go ahead. Boop, that long, takes a second, and it feels good.
Disclaimer, it does not make that sound.
Although
it should.
You know what? Is there a
should.
way we could...
There is not.
Could we program?
There is not a way.
Could we do... I'll do it for you.
I'll send a message to YouTube.
Everybody, look, are you just about ready? Just about ready? I'm going to count down. 1, 2, 3. Oh! That felt good. That felt good, didn't it? You hit it. You hit that button. I told you. It gave you a tingle. Felt good. So that's it for us.
I really wish you would stop saying "gave you a tingle" in these videos.
I'm telling you, we're putting that on a t-shirt.
I really hope not.
We're gonna say the words. Gives you a tingle.
We would get an email from Dragonsteel.
I think we would get a cease and desist.
The next day.
I think we'd get a cease and desist pretty.
Please,
you know what?
God.
They don't know what we're doing over here.
Someone would let them know, surely.
They have. I don't think they have any clue what
Someone
we're doing.
would be banging on Sanderson's door the next morning. You gotta see what they did.
Did you give them permission? No.
Yeah, absolutely not.
We have no permission.
Yeah.
No one even said we could read this stuff. I keep waiting for someone to come take it away. That's it for us. If you've hung out this long, just hanging out with us, seeing what we're going to be reading in the month of July, hey, you're book people. And if you are book people in my book, that makes you the best people. Thank you so much. My name is John Minton. That is
George R. R. Martin.
Absolutely. Get on the ball, George. If you're George,
I'm working on it
I'm
right now.
expecting news quickly. I am.
It'll
I'm
be
excited.
coming out. I don't think so, man.
It's going to happen.
There's
I'm
just
expecting
no
news
way.
quickly.
Yeah, you're gonna be disappointed.
I'm expecting news. I'm an optimist.
All right.
I'm going to die on this hill. Thanks again. This has been Talking Story.